I'm already over 2 minutes. Okay, cool. Well, hello, everyone. Ooh, is that too loud? Okay. I'm Anjali Young, and I am, you can see there, I'm the co-founder and chief community officer of Abridged. We are the makers of Collabland. In February 2023, we launched our Collabland co-op, so I am a DAO officer for Collabland now. So that's me. Hi, come find me. We have a booth over there in the corner. Don't ask me where. And yeah, you can come find me afterwards. So today I'm going to talk about something completely different than I've ever talked about before. And I was inspired by Consensus. For those of you that went to Consensus in Austin, I heard of a lot of different founders talking about the journey to a token, the journey to decentralization, and it's a rough one. So I thought, you know what, why not for NFC Lisbon, I try something different, and I go, instead of just telling you all about Collabland, which I will tell you a little bit about Collabland, I'm gonna take you a little bit on my personal journey on the challenges that we've faced launching a token. Because as you know, with crypto, there's a lot of amazing things, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about the amazing things, but there's also a, how do I put this? I don't know, a dark side? And so I thought maybe this would be a good opportunity for me to like talk about that for the first time. All right, so here we go. We're going to go on our little journey. Now, in the beginning, this is in May of 2020. Collabland just finished our 3rd year anniversary in May. So we've been doing this for 3 years. It's quite amazing to be here at the end of 3 years. But we started as a reference implementation. So our company is called Abridged. We started off as a social contract wallet. I'm sure you've heard of like the controversy that happened with Ledger with social recovery. Well, we were doing social recovery back in 2018 when we started Abridged. Nobody was interested in social recovery at that time. I mean, time will tell if people are interested in social recovery now. But social recovery was something that was important because when you have people coming into crypto, like they're used to clicking forgot password, right? That's where we come from. We come from forgot password. And now we're expecting everybody to be able to memorize their seed phrase and know their password. And if they lose it, it's gone forever and they don't have anything left. And so we started with a social recovery wallet. It went nowhere. There was no interest in it. There just weren't enough people that were interested in the space to do a social recovery wallet. Then we pivoted to no-code tooling. Now with no-code tooling, we tried so many different experiments to get developers to come into the space. So first we tried with getting people, users to come into the space with the social recovery wallet, dead end. Then we thought, okay, let's pivot to the developers. And so we pivoted to the developers and we said, all right, let's create this no-code tooling. Now, how do you get developers to use your no-code tooling? Well, you have to create reference implementations. And so every week, every 2 weeks, we are creating more and more reference implementations. Collabland was one of those reference implementations of our no-code tooling. We're literally experimenting with every single thing we can do. What can people make? Finally, we made one thing, Collabland, and everyone said, oh, Collabland? Yeah, this is what we want. Forget about your no-code tooling. Forget about onboarding developers. We want this little toy that you made using your no-code tooling, and now everybody wants that. So we started with DAOs, and at that point it was an initial pivot to maybe we become a DAO tool. My co-founder, James Young, is the creator of the Moloch DAO, of Metacartel DAO. He's a DAO maxi. He's like, great, this is wonderful. We will just make DAO tooling, and that will be our business. Collabland will be DAO tooling. Well, shortly after DAOs started using Collabland, investment groups started using Collabland. I'm not sure how long people have been around here, but do you remember the ICO craze of 2017? Yeah, so now in 2018, 2019, now Collabland 2020, people still own those tokens. They've got all these tokens, hundreds of thousands of these tokens that were from the ICO boom, and what are they gonna do with them? So now the founders of those projects said, hey, come into a group, come into an investment group. You, someone who owns 10,000 of my tokens from 2017, by the way, now I've got some use for you. We're gonna call it a whale community. Now anyone that owns a certain amount of tokens from the ICO craze, join our whale community. It was able to like reinvigorate these tokens that were from 2017. And soon after, social tokens started taking off. Do you remember FWB? It still exists today. Yeah, so FWB, Alex Mazmej, a lot of social tokens started coming out. We thought, okay, maybe social tokens are going to be the way that we get to mass adoption. You buy a token of a creator, me, Anjali, I could have a token. I can mint, 1 million of my tokens. People can start buying my tokens, and then you can create value in that token based on just me, myself as a creator. So that started. It wasn't until spring of 2021 that NFTs found us. And I always credit Bored Ape for this. And we talk about Bored Ape a lot in this industry, but I will tell you, Bored Ape was the very first NFT community, 10,000 PFP NFT community to use Collabland. And once they did, that changed everything for us, for Collabland. And we were able to follow along with that bull run of 2021 and 2022. So NFT community started using us in April of 2021, and so this was the beginning of a crypto community. What is a crypto community? We use that word so much now. Community and crypto has become synonymous. People just use that word, throw it around, community, community, community. What the heck does it mean? It means people coming together with a shared asset into a group, which is what Collabland, token gating, we created the concept of token gating. I often talk about the fact that now token gating is, you do it everywhere. You have tokens, you go places. That token gives you access to a community, gives you access to a IRL event. Well, that concept was unheard of, and now we just think of it as a primitive for crypto. All right, so now we're in the summer of 2021. For our company, Abridged, we're trying for many, many years to raise money. This is part of the hard part about being a founder, starting a business, is who's gonna believe in you, who's gonna give you money, and when are they gonna give you money? Well, we started in 2018. It wasn't until the end of 2020 that we got our first interest. Before that, nobody was answering our call. It was every single email fell flat, every single phone call fell flat, every single relationship that we had trying to get some funding, nobody was interested. In December of 2020 is the first time that we got our first $5. And until then, it was all self-funded, which is why I'm broke now. So it started that way, and then by the summer of 2021, we were already at 1 million users. We're at 1 million users, our AWS bill is going up, our Infura bill is going up, every single bill is going up, and we're like, what are we gonna do now? We have these million users. At that point, I think we had about 1,000 communities, and we're like, all right, let's go out and start looking for VC again. Let's see if we can do a Series A, right? We had only had this pre-seed / seed extension is what we call it. And now we're like, all right, let's go out for the Series A. So we go out for the Series A in the summer of 2021. The valuation at the beginning of 2021, people are saying 25 million, goes up to 50 million, goes up to 75 million. By August of 2021, they were telling us 100 million if we wanted to raise with a $15 million in my pocket tomorrow. So at that point, we got into a little bit of a crisis of conscience, which is, what do people want from Collabland? What is it? Why? What? They're telling us we're worth $100 million? Like, why? What is this? Like, valuations were already kind of off the charts at that point. But what we realized is what they wanted us for was user data, which is the relationship between Telegram IDs, Discord IDs, and wallet addresses. People were thirsty for that information. And once you give that up, it's gone forever. Now people can be following your wallet anywhere you are. Now, if you're a Discord user or a Telegram user, there's access there to email, there's access there possibly to your phone number. If you're a purchaser of the Nitro on Discord, then there's access to your home address, there's access to your credit card information. And what we realize is that it's going to be a very scary data map that we are going to participate in if we take this Series A funding and we give up this information. So we didn't. In October of 2021, like I said, we've gotten to 1 million users already. We're at about 1,000 communities at that point. And we said, all right, maybe instead of taking a Series A, maybe instead of going with traditional funding from traditional VCs, who are all, I'm sure, very wonderful, but really need one thing from us. Why don't we do a public sale, a public fundraiser? So first, we gave out a membership NFT to anybody who had ever connected with Collabland up until that point. And like I said, at that point, it was 1 million accounts that had joined with us. Any of those people can collect a free NFT, which is a badge to say, hey, you're an early user of Collabland. And then the second was we sold a patron NFT. And the patron NFT was to say, do you want to keep Collabland free? Do you want to keep Collabland accessible? And do you want to keep Collabland's data private? Because our only other option right now is to raise money. And like I said, when we raise money, people want our data. And we will feel tremendous pressure to deliver on that data because we need the money. Or we can say, hey, if you like Collabland, if you've used Collabland, and by this point, we're talking about October 31st, 2021, and so all the big NFT projects at that time had already started using Collabland. One anecdote about Bored Ape is, when Bored Ape did their Mutant Ape sale, the only benefit they had at that point was Collabland, which is you can buy a Bored Ape and you can join a Collabland community. That Mutant Ape made $100 million within 90 minutes. That sale made $100 million in 90 minutes using Collabland. So we thought, okay, maybe we can get Bored Ape to buy one of these patron NFTs. Maybe we can get World of Women to buy one of these NFTs. If anyone has found value from Collabland, then maybe this is an opportunity for us to say, if you've gained value from us and you want to keep our service free and available to new communities that want to form now, then maybe there's a possibility for them to support us, and they did. So in October of 2021, we gave away the membership NFT. We did a fundraiser with the patron NFT, and we were able to raise $4 million. So this is $4 million in October of 2021, and it made all the difference. And giving an opportunity for our communities to support us at that time, which was very scary, but I will tell you, it was an easier decision than taking that $100 million valuation. Was an opportunity for us to say communities have a seat at our table. You know, like I said at the beginning of this presentation, I'm the Chief Community Officer. And when I say Chief Community Officer, wow, and I only have 6 minutes, okay. A Chief Community Officer means community matters. What the community wants matters, and every single conversation we have at the leadership level includes the community. And what better way to make sure that community is always on our mind than give us a opportunity to fund us ourselves. And so when we take community money for fundraising, that gives them a seat at the table. All right, so fast forward to 2023. This started in October of 2022. We are now in October of 2022, we were at 43,000 communities. We are at 6.6 million wallet connections, and we're like, this is the time now. We've gotten this far. What is the plan for Collabland now? Do we just continue to grow and grow and grow? And by the way, Collabland has now sparked an entire cottage industry of token gating. You see token gating products everywhere, which means Collabland also now has the concept of competitors, right? We had the benefit of having no competitors for a very long time. One, because when you create an industry, it takes a while for people to notice, right? And number two, it takes a while for people to catch up. So now we're in the October of 2022, and we're like, this might be the time to grow bigger in terms of like inviting everyone to join us. So first we have the Collabland Marketplace, where anyone who's creating in crypto tooling, anyone that's making any community tooling, we want to help you, which means you can utilize all of Collabland communities to get access to your crypto project, to your crypto community project in front of everybody. So that was first. Two, we said, all right, maybe this is the time for a token. The concept of having a token has always been on our mind because in crypto, how else do you align incentives? How do I allow all of you to participate together in a project together? It's token. And even though right now token may be a dirty word, the token that we were imagining and we still imagine to this day is a token for coordination. And then we decided to create a Colorado co-op as a DAO. So a DAO means we can groom leadership. Anyone who wants to participate is going to be able to grow up the ranks, is going to be able to integrate with us, and is going to be able to participate in what happens with our future and in decision making. One thing about Collabland is from the beginning, we've been a community project, which means community-led development. We've always been community-led. I ran the support team for a year and a half, and every single initiative that happened with Collabland, the way Collabland grew was through community admin relationship, community member relationship, and I'm so grateful to say community founder relationship. So most of the projects that use Collabland, I've been very lucky to have close relationships with them where they say, this is what we need and this is what we want. This is not, you know, my co-founders and I sitting in a room together deciding what everyone is doing. It's absolutely been collaborative from day one. So it was an opportunity for those tokens as a way to distribute power and movement, forward movement with the communities. So that was the dream. The reality is we're a US-based entity. We're a Colorado co-op, like I said, with tricky regulatory landscape. We have an exemption to the securities law as a Colorado co-op. If you want to talk about Colorado co-ops, let me know. I'll be at my booth later. It's an interesting legal formation, but we do have an exemption from the securities law. It is a membership/patronage system where we can have members from all over the world, which was extremely important to us. For us, crypto, blockchain is really an opportunity for global human coordination. And so having non-American entities and American entities being able to participate in our token was extremely important. I'm sure all of you have participated in an airdrop before where you have to like use a VPN or say, I'm not an American. That wasn't going to work for us. We absolutely 100% wanted everybody that was a part of our communities to be able to participate. Again, I mentioned that tokens were a tool for coordination, which is you have a token, now you get to have some influence. Not you have a token, so now you can sell it for 10x to the person who you're dumping on. Because of that, we did not want to be a speculative pump and dump, which means we did not pre-sell any token. You know, a lot of these token prices that you see on the first day, it's because they were pre-sold to VCs. So, like, for example, if Collabland had done that, but it did not, would be selling like a portion, you know, 10%, 5% to a VC ahead of time. And then on that first day, they inflate the price and they make the price and then they dump on the public. Collabland was a 100% retroactive distribution, which means we did not sell a single token to anybody. The opportunity here, and I didn't want to call it airdropping a token. I was initially saying, let's call it airdropping responsibility. And that didn't work. Nobody wanted that. They're like, nobody's going to care if you call it airdropping responsibility. But really, that's what it was, which is, we've gotten this far without you. Now we want to take the next step with you, work with us. This is a social network that belongs to all of us. And that means responsibility to take care of it and groom it together moving forward. So that's why we did it that way. Our whole team is on a 4-year lockup. All of our seed investors are on a 4-year lockup. There was no pre-selling, there was no pre-buying. It was, this is a token we are distributing to everybody. 2.2 million people who have participated in Collabland. At this point, it was over 8 million wallet connections. And everyone that had a membership NFT got tokens way back from October of 2021. And also everyone that had purchased a patron NFT got tokens back from October in 2021. So what happens at this point? We're like, yes, this is wonderful. We've got a token, finally. We're real. We're not just sitting on the outside of crypto, but now we are participating in what this is really meant to be for all of us. Am I in trouble? Oh my gosh, okay. Oh wait, I am in trouble. Okay, anyway, quickly, give me 2 minutes. Okay, awesome. So my last point here, until I get to the next slide, which I'm gonna skip through, is the locust descend. Whew, I will tell you, death threats on every single one of my social platforms. People telling me they're going to follow my children home from school and murder them. People telling me that if I don't buy their token that I just gave them for free, that they are going to talk about me on Twitter personally, that they are going to tell everyone that Collabland is a scam. Keep in mind, we've been doing this for free for 3 years, right? But what I was initially calling the zombie horde, I'm gonna call the locusts. So we're in this happy little area of crypto community, Collabland, and the reason I talk about this now is because I want people to know I was not prepared for it, my team was not prepared for it, and I think the best way for me to help in this new area going forward is to show people that there is a whole other side of crypto where people are just buying and claiming, and they're airdrop farmers, and they descend into your groups and they will attack you like crazy. And so our project, which was a community-led project that had grown over 3 years organically, now we were dealt with thousands of people that were in our group just telling us that if we didn't buy their token back, then they were gonna come kill us. So that panic set in. That was February 23rd. Grateful to say that ETH Denver was the week after. And there's just something so beautiful about being with people in real life that is nurturing to our souls. So thank you everybody for coming to these conferences, even deep in the middle of a bear market where we're dealing with so much speculation about what's gonna happen to our industry. It really means a lot that you're here. So the panic definitely set in for us. We're like, this is a free token. Not only was our token a free retroactive distribution, but Collabland paid for the gas. So any of you that have claimed the Collabland token, you know that the token was a sponsored claim, which means we spent about 50,000 USD to make sure everybody was able to get their token. But those were not the people that are the loudest in the space. The people that are the loudest in the space are the ones that tell you they want to kill your family. All right, so now what are we doing? I'm in this situation now, right? We have a token, it's amazing. What do we do now? Now we know there's this ugly side where people are like, what the hell, Collabland token, this is meaningless, this is worthless. Why isn't somebody buying my token? Which is really where we are in terms of the state of crypto, which is not a token for global coordination, not a token so now I can participate. However, it is a token for people to buy and then sell and make it a Ponzi scheme, which we are not. We are relying on our core team, which we've been together since May of 2020, which I'm grateful to say it's the same team today. We have new community members. So getting out of this whole group of all this interest are, and I'm gonna have it on the next slide, but we went from 10,000 followers on Twitter to like 60,000 followers on Twitter. So that's like 50,000 people who don't even know what they are and they just came for the token. However, out of that group, there are a lot of different people that have emerged that care about community and care about what the future of a social network for all of us means. We're expanding our circle now because we work with new developers. We aren't so alone anymore. Now we've been dealing with these security issues for so long, growth issues, onboarding issues, all of these issues that Collabland has been dealing with on our own with our small team of 12 people. Now we have a whole community of people to work with. So I will say, tokens do what they're supposed to do. Celebrating the good stuff, Collabland's 3 years old, but like I said, I'm gonna leave you with this thought here, which is the struggle is real. Like, it is real. There is a whole group of people out there that are out for themselves and definitely do not share our wag me thinking. And where are we now? Well, I can happily say that since October of 2022, we've grown to 50,000 communities and growing. This is for our Discord. Our Discord went from 500 people to 77,000 people to 40,000 after the token, and now we've gotten back up to 65,000. These are 65,000 people that actually care about the future of crypto communities, care about data sovereignty, care about not creating a dystopian future where we are polarized with ads, and that's been a beautiful thing. And now out of this many, so this is how many collab token holders we have right now, which is over 100,000 collab tokens. And I will say over half of them, about 56,000 belong to our DAO. So that's been a really beautiful thing. And so even though we were in the depths of despair and we still have to deal with a lot of FUD for the first time ever, like I said, we're a community service project that if you go on Twitter right now, you probably read bad things every single day, and part of that is because of the token. Don't be afraid to launch a token. A token is the way that we all get together as humans all around the world and are able to participate and work together and incentivize each other. It is incentive alignment, true, and it's a real opportunity for all of us, so let's fight for it. And that's it. That's me. I'm Dama Daroka on Twitter, on LinkedIn. I'm Anjali Young. That's my email right there, anjali@collab.land. I'd love to meet all of you. Come on over. I have a booth. Yeah, I'd love to tell you more about what's going on with CollabLand. We have so many future plans coming up. We're focusing in on identity, giving support to our members. Like, what is it that we're doing right now? We're working together and building our reputations, because this time will end. Just like at the beginning of the internet, you know, I often talk about how my first job out of college was at a search engine company 6 years before Google, where we were trying to jumpstart the internet, and there was so much FUD around the internet, but you cannot stop communication. You cannot stop relationships. We all want to work together, and anything that's going to give us the tools to be together, we are going to move forward as humans. So crypto's not going away, blockchain's not going away. If you believe in this future too, come find me.